Last time on Flipside.
But Travis, for sure, the slots moved way quicker than I expected there. Just for a heads up.
This is Flipside, the show that takes you behind the scenes with the Absinthe-Films crew to see what it took to make the snowboard film more.
All of a sudden, the big storm started hitting in, kept snowing up in the mountains for days, and we knew it's gonna be really dangerous. That's what it turned out to be. After we got up there, after the storm, it was just releases everywhere.
Yeah! I get a radio check out.
Loud and clear.
Okay, let me check your beacons real quick. All right, let's check it out. That's time. That's what we call a sympathetic avalanche. It's when, you know, just landing up here or possibly the rotor wash set that whole avalanche off.
Usually when we receive a large amount of new snow, it's a good thing. But with the current conditions, it made it even more unstable.
Here we are again. I'm gonna drop in now, because it's safe. So happy to be here today.
Alaska's so friendly sometimes.
With the crew, glad to be back on solid ground again. It was time to celebrate Nicolas's birthday.
Nico's birthday party was a sweet evening. We bought a piñata for Nico and completely missed the piñata and just broke all the off the wall.
After about a month of sitting around and a handful of sketchy days, the crew had good cause to celebrate.
Since I was born on April 25th, it's that time of the year where I'm in Alaska. You gotta celebrate your birthday really well.
Morning.
Morning.
Morning. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
You have food and stuff for the day?
Not really.
Morning, sunshine. Like most birthdays become belated, so shall Nico's second birthday bowl session. Just the day after his birthday, we're going back to session birthday bowl.
I think the best session I had up in Alaska was we went to this place called Birthday Bowl, which Nico had been to 3 years prior.
Happy birthday, bro.
One day too late, but it's okay.
Almost got blown out in a navy, or did get blown out in a navy, but managed to stay on the surface.
Seems like every time you go to Alaska, there's going to be pressure of some kind. This year was a little extraordinary, though, just because it was so tender and things were sliding at such a massive scale.
First, everybody peaced out.
Yeah, everybody, huh?
Everybody.
No, we saw TGR at 80, or at least a heli.
Because of the high avalanche danger, most of the other film crews had already left Haines, and most of the Absinthe crew was apprehensive about even going out. But Nicolas and Travis were feeling good, and they wanted to go check it out.
It's pretty far out, so we had to fly like 20, 25 minutes.
After getting out to Birthday Bowl, knowing how potentially dangerous the snowpack was, we planned for worst-case scenarios and treaded lightly.
No, it'll break off as he carves, you know, just a couple feet above that track.
I want to know if Justin, like, has got some stuff like those two guys could be riding, you know?
Birthday Bowl was 20 minutes each way from 33 Mile, and 40 minutes could be an eternity if something were to go down.
The avalanche conditions were currently pretty sketchy in general. Kind of sussed out the whole scene, and the snowpack was looking really good.
Do you copy 33 now?
Negative.
Okay, number one, Jonathan is not coming out today.
Jonathan is not
You know, like you were Dude, it was raining.
We go home? You all right?
Yeah.
3, 4. And number 2, Brett's group has 2 riders, and they would like to know which group to link up with.
Sending Al back with a helicopter for a second crew would have been a bad call.
Yeah, let's have him stand by and...
We needed Al and the helicopter there in case there was an emergency situation.
For our last sessions, it wasn't too big a deal because we're dealing with like a foot of snow on top of a sketchy layer. Now, even without a terrain trap, the crown goes 4 or 5 feet deep, which is the new snow load we got. That's just a lot of snow.
You know, we're not out there telling people they have to go out and ride. We just provide the opportunity, and if anyone's up for it, then we'll film what they're willing to get on.
1, drop.
The snow ended up being pretty stable. After a few laps, Travis and Nicolas were feeling confident and started the most unbelievable session.
Travis just looking at a pretty gnarly line over there, and we had like a cornice break on one side already. Doesn't have a good feeling in his gut, so he's gonna stick with his gut and abort the mission.
But we proceeded to have, you know, like a 2-hour session. So fun. I mean, Nico was destroying it.
So much fun, the heli right there, just lap. And we had the most epic session of the season for me.
Yeah, birthday bowl. Nico's birthday 3 years ago, so now we're back. Nice work.
I've seen this grass so much. Seems like I've never left it.
It was just not safe conditions this year, and seeing Jonathan being out of here and saying, no, I don't want to ride anymore, it's too sketchy, and everybody has to make up his own mind what he wants to do. I was definitely not that motivated after that.
After the stability we'd found at Birthday Bowl, we left for another spot with a false sense of security.
After our birthday bowl session, we went over to just check out this little face. Dug a pit, I think almost 6 feet deep. You know, check all the stability layers in the snow, and it looked really good to him. You know, Nico rode his line first. Didn't quite get his line, but you know, ended up riding the whole face and rode down to the heli. I was going next, and I was a little sketched out, so I wanted to do this line that was kind of more over on the side. That little bit of pressure just made the entire bowl release. I mean, probably like 500 yards all the way down this entire mountain face. The whole thing broke about 6 feet deep. It was all underneath me. I was able to get out to the ridgeline. Almost took out the helicopter that was way out in the valley below us. Doesn't matter how well you think you know how to predict avalanches, it's just, they're gonna happen regardless of if you think you can predict them or not.
Say what? Downbound. How about that? I'm southbound. You're heading south? Yeah. All right.
Really unstable conditions, and he's not one to you know, foolishly put it all on the line. So he pulled out early, and his segments can be short, but he's healthy, and I think he's gonna have a really sick season next year.
You know when it's time to go?
He always does.
You're watching Flipside, the making of the snowboard film More.
Yeah, boy. Good shit.
I left the next day, and it turned out that nobody from Absinthe even went out again, so I was into the heli up in AK this year.
Peacing out tomorrow.
Mañana.
Mañana.
Everybody's pulling the plug. We got some good stuff so far, but I'm still feeling like there might be a gap.
feel like we did get some really good shots and showed some progression in Alaska, but it was limited compared to what we had last year and the year before.
Everybody was up in AK, and meanwhile we were back in Salt Lake. Marco was wanting to go to AK. He healed up, and we decided, you know, let's get up there and make this happen. I mean, Alaska is Alaska, and it's awesome up there.
At the end of that month, I felt like the job just wasn't done, so I decided to stay with Vladi and Jules and hook up with another part of the crew that was ready to go. Marco and EC came up with Shane. We ended up going up to the pass and doing some snowmobile sessions.
Quick landing.
I think it was cool for EC and Marco and Jules to hang out.
Small landing.
It was a really good mix.
Pretty weird, dude. But in French, portez well. Portez well.
Weird.
Our first day out was really foggy and we could barely see anything, so we just decided to build a jump for the next sunny day.
C'est the kick out.
Built a jump in Alaska in a snow and fog bank. It's so hard to tell how big something is until you actually can see someone standing there. First hit, EC hits it and overshoots, and we're like, that thing's huge. Jules goes up there and launches and hits the knuckle of the gap. Marco goes up first try and stomps the backside 3. So it's like, all right, there's hope in this session. Like, it's going down. EC gets up there and clips the knuckle. It was a car wreck. It was ridiculous.
Oh man, I got knocked out. What did you hit your head on? My knee. Okay?
That was supposed to be our warm-up jump. We didn't think it was that big until we really hit it and realized it was more like 100 and something foot jump. It looked like it was 40 feet at first, but then we got jacked.
Right off the bat, I mean, welcome to Alaska. Everybody gets served, and it was a wake-up call. Should have started with something mellow and fun.
It's here, huh? Yeah, man, that's a full bruise.
Does this hurt when I lift up?
It wasn't looking good. One jump session into it, and Alaska had already taken its toll on the new crew. My first session with Marco, EC, and Jules ended up being the only session with them together on the pass.
What?
Dude, it looks like a grizzly bear.
I got a $4,500 backside 3.
Unfortunately, Marco got injured again almost right away and had to turn around and go back. Needless to say, I was stoked to see Travis.
Yeah, pleasure to be back.
What made you want to come back to Haynes again?
I don't know, I've had a good year so far, but I guess still some things I wanted to do. Well, I gotta finish doing it, but I gotta finish chummeling out this. But I want to get a shot, just like something, air faking or some kind of tranny. Is that the kicker? Noggle.
Travis, basically in a week with him, he'll be doing more than multiple people will in 3 weeks. And he proved that when he showed up to Alaska.
Right away, Travis was killing it, inspiring the rest of the crew. It had been a long 2 months in Alaska, with some ups and a lot of down days. But it was time to go and prepare for the next stage of the production, getting ready to edit all that footage into a tight little package.
On a good note and have fun on your trip over to Europe.
Yeah.
So me, Vladi, and Jules left Shane and Travis to a few remaining days, and hopefully a few more shots.
Last day out. I think that's why we travel as much as we do. In search of the natural feature.
Flash.
After 5 months in the cold, enduring the struggles of capturing snowboarding footage all over the world, it was time for the big payoff. A month in the Hawaiian Islands, editing the movie, soaking up some sun, surf, and relaxation. Although being on the island is like living in paradise, the reality of it is, after going through over 30 hours of footage, picking the music, getting the rights, designing the artwork for ads, cover art and motion graphics, there's barely time to edit the movie. It's 19th of July. I should start thinking about editing the movie. What part are you working on?
Still trying to decide which part to start with. We should pick who's editing what segments too.
When we finally do start the editing of the movie, we like to get the writer's input.
Mahalo!
Mahalo! Yeah, dude.
What's up, buddy?
All good, how are you?
I'm white. Need to bring that bronze on.
So most of them will cycle through at some point. It's looking good. Basically color code all the shots, so it's easier for us to find bangers. Red is solid in the movie.
Red.
Give some feedback on their parts and enjoy the island life.
I think I need to move on now.
Yeah, this guy, Jay Herda, who taught me how to edit, he brought in Lisa Herrera on a project called Black Box. She's done our graphics ever since. We're just a little part of what she does. We hire her out for part of the year, and yeah, she really adds a lot of the flavor to what our film is.
Absinthe-films, full spectrum, more snow, fine line. Elder. Take off the sidewalk.
I love it. Signed off. Done.
It was moving along. We're checking things off the list, but there's always a few bumps on the water. Bye. Daft Punk is down with the draws.
I got nothing against Daft Punk being in the soundtrack. It's that track that I have a problem with.
It's really stubborn and childish to negotiate and discuss about this at this point. If Stroh's put so much effort into this and makes it happen.
This musical hurdle's not new, but it's tougher than it's ever been in the past. You're watching Flipside, the making of the snowboard film More.
Initially we should have been done with this movie today. And I think we're further away than ever.
Yeah, we have this song that Nick Droz cleared, knows those guys. That song is pretty beat.
It's not justifiable, like working against the writer like that. It's like if the writer puts all his effort, motivation into it, then it's good for me. I can adapt.
I totally back your reasons that you just gave. That's probably why that song was going to make it in.
A difference of opinions can be a regular occurrence during production. It can get intense, but usually compromise is found at the end. Well, it's good to see you laughing. First viewing of the movie, we gotta switch stations, like run over there, watch that part, come back here, watch that part.
Yeah, so it's gonna go down. Okay, so there's the opening credits. Who knows what's gonna go on there. So then after that, after the movie starts.
Okay, China, huh?
Check it out. Still feels pretty long, dude.
It does?
It does.
Dude, I cut it down so much.
I know, but
over a minute.
It's like what happened in China.
No. It was time to pack up and leave the island, headed for the city life of San Francisco. Our next stop on the production schedule. Get off the plane at 5:30 a.m., jump in a cab and head downtown to get the online started at Zoetrope Aubrey Productions.
The online process is the last stage of editing where we master the footage and the graphics of the movie into a high-resolution form to get them ready for replication.
Sunday morning here. Supposedly it's our last day, or it's the day where we should be done in order to make the deadline. Guess we'll see where we're at in 12 hours.
Oh my God. It just doesn't make any sense. Oh God, get the camera out of my face. Yeah. Justin has been editing a sequence that goes before where it is the last couple days and hasn't told me about it.
Number 4. Or, yeah, it's referenced as hole number 4.
It's hole number 4, whatever that is.
A last-minute additional edit that was crucial to the opening credits threw a bit of a wrench in the process, but it was nothing our online editor Serena couldn't handle.
3 o'clock. I'm laying off the mastering at the sound studio. Supposed to catch a flight in 4 hours. See if you're gonna make it happen. It was coming down to the wire. I stopped by the sound studio to see if the master would be ready in time for my flight to the replicator.
We're putting in some sound effects for certain sections and just setting all the levels, final levels.
Maybe I should go and get my stuff, Craig, and stop by with the cab on my way to the airport.
Why don't you do that?
Huh?
Yeah, why don't you do that? I mean, what time do you think you'll be back?
Half an hour.
Half an hour?
Mm-hmm. I'll definitely call you, like maybe 2 times.
Yeah, give me a call, I'll be here. I'll have the CD ready for you. I just need to double check this.
Alright, ladies and gents, here we are. An eventful and struggleful year is over. Busted our nuts. Just finished the moving time to be here.
Sick. Lots of good snow this last season, huh?
Yeah, we're sick.
Yeah.
Like it?
I want more.
Hot. Probably the best snowboard film I've ever seen.